Now that we are starting to reopen our economy, it's right that the emergency schemes that we've put in place evolve. What I announced already is that the job retention programme, the furlough scheme, will be extended all the way to October, 8 months of total support. But today what I've said is from July, a month earlier than planned, companies will be able to bring back their furloughed employees on a part-time, flexible basis to ease their recovery. Alongside that, I've also announced that the self-employed income support scheme will be extended, and those on that scheme will receive a second and final grant of support in the summer. Well, we now have set out a plan to reopen the economy. As you know, non-essential retail is opening in the middle of June, and we have a target date to reopen hospitality and leisure at the beginning of July. So these sectors can start firing back to life and we can start to enjoy our summer in that way. But the schemes that we've put in place are incredibly generous. They've lasted from start to finish for 8 months. We're only asking for a very modest employer contribution towards the end of the scheme. And in sectors like hospitality and leisure, we've also provided a lot of direct support to those sectors in the form of cash grants of up to £25,000 per business. We've cancelled their business rates for the year and given them access to discounted loans. So I'm confident that we can collectively get through this. The scheme lasts all the way to October, and we've set out a plan to reopen these sectors in the middle of June or in early July, so they have plenty of time to ease back into work and start recovering. The hospitality sector has already received an enormous amount of support in the form of cash grants, business rates holidays, discounted loans. And in terms of the employer contribution, we have set that at a very modest level. In August, the first month, around 40% of companies currently using the scheme probably won't have anything to pay at all, and then only a modest contribution in September and October. Well, in August, the way we've set up the scheme, we're only asking for a very modest contribution from employers, and actually in the first month, around 40% of companies are likely not to have to make any contribution at all, so we'll have an extra bit of time to ease in. But I do think the principle is right, that at the end of a very generous 8-month scheme, that it's right that employers start to make a contribution alongside the taxpayer in paying their employees' wages.